Thank you, Thrivemark. You know, I didn't warm up my face.
Here we go, face warm-ups.
Okay. Thank you, Thrive Market, for sponsoring this episode and supporting my new show.
Thrive Market is an online membership-based market that makes healthy living easy, but also affordable.
And you don't have to wait in line at the grocery store.
And you can easily shop 70+ diets and values like keto, paleo, gluten-free, vegan, and more.
Try Thrive Market today. Choose the membership model that works for you. Choose a free gift up to $24 in value when you join at the link today.
Today?
Today.
Today.
Thrive.
Today.
Thrive today.
That's the takeaway from this. You gotta thrive today.
Yeah, why wait for tomorrow?
I'm gonna beat you to it. Ladies and gentlemen, today Sohla El-Waylly is putting a spin on healthy eating. It's time to Stump Sohla.
Oh!
Serve on fire.
Serve on fire!
You love fire.
I love fire.
That's one thing I learned about you from past episodes is that you love fire. What are you gonna do to make a healthy on-fire meal?
I'm gonna make something healthy,
Okay,
and then I'm going to cover it in booze and light it on fire.
sounds good to me. That's what I do when I eat healthy.
What happened to your suit?
We focus grouped that. It didn't test well. It's a few key demographics. Okay. I'll save that suit for dinners with Jess every night.
What a lucky woman.
Just as before. All right, well, as usual, I'm gonna keep my catchphrase though. I'm gonna lose the suit, keep the
We're gonna keep all of that.
Yes. If history is a teacher, that's all gonna end up in the cut. But not if I leave a long, awkward pause. Can't use it now, can you? Anyway, so I'm gonna keep the catchphrase. I can't wait to try it, and I'm glad I don't have to make it. See you on the other side. I'll just take my wheel. Excuse me.
Setting stuff on fire, I'm very experienced in that. So I want to make it a little bit harder for myself. Thrive sent us a box of stuff. I'm gonna add my own little additional challenge, and I'm gonna only use the stuff in the box.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah, but I want to. I think it'll be fun. Granola, coconut milk, acai powder. That'll be good.
Your call, man.
Sunflower butter, collagen peptides. It'll get weird. Dry chanterelles, anchovies, maple. Come on, guys. Turkey jerky, clam juice, plantain chips, seaweed snacks. It doesn't have to be good, it just has to be a thing. We'll figure it out together. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to, well, maybe I wanna go savory and then light it on fire. Like, I feel like I can make a nice broth with the clam juice, cook out some anchovy, enrich it with coconut, and then throw mushrooms in there. That sounds like, and then, wait, how do we light it on fire? I should write this down. Okay, Thrive! What if we just like cut up the nori and put it in there like a miso soup vibes? Like a coconut, mushroom, anchovy soup. Clam juice, anchovy, sizzle in coconut fat to light it on fire. I wonder if I could hydrate the mushrooms in alcohol and then just set them on fire. It would be just little floating islands of flames. That sounds fun, right? Soak in booze. I've never tried that before, but I don't know why it wouldn't work. And I think that it'll add like a nice charred flavor to the soup, which I think will be cool. Very, very easy. So maybe I should also make dessert. I want to play with the collagen because there are a lot of like desserty things. There's a lot of sweet stuff happening. I want to try and see if this will whip. Because if this will whip, I could try and make like a baked Alaska. The dessert hinges on this whipping up. And if it does whip, instead of mixing with water, just mix it with alcohol. So the whole thing goes up like a torch. If it doesn't whip up, I'll allow myself to use eggs. Why the hell not? Who cares? We're still using so many things from the box. I'm making these rules up. Okay, so I'm gonna start with dessert. There's something floating in there. If everything works out and the baked Alaska comes together, I want it to freeze for a little bit before I set it on fire, so it just like doesn't melt immediately. I'm gonna just mess around with collagen. We'll see what it does. I don't know what it does, besides glowing skin. Okay, here we go. Okay, that was 4 packets. I should have started with less water, I think. I have something up my sleeve. Versa Whip, it's a soy-based, I don't know exactly what it is. I know it's made from soy, and it helps make things into foams. Let's give it a shot. I know, this didn't come in the box. Who cares? It's still gonna be healthy. Okay, let's see if that whips. It's gonna be smooth sailing once I figure this out, I swear. It's okay, I have a plan C. There's a plan C. I'm gonna try and whip up some meringue powder. You usually just add whatever liquid you want and you get a super stable meringue. And I've never tried it with booze. I think that if we can make a booze meringue and then set that on fire, that sounds kind of cool. It's less healthy, but you know, portion control. Nothing is happening. I wonder if the alcohol is like kind of denaturing the protein. I don't think that's gonna whip, but I still wanna set it on fire just for fun. Will you ignite for me? Safety things, huh? Do you need a lighter to light it? A lot of switches.
Yeah, I'll put this later.
It's at
Oh! No, it's not like catching. It's just bruleeing. We're gonna have to stick with the traditional torching method, I think, by pouring over flaming alcohol. Let's just do it right now. As a practice run. Safety first. Does this light? Are you lighting? I see fire. Okay, well, at least we know the alcohol burns. Let me soak my mushrooms and see if those light for our floating flame islands. Okay, while that hangs out, I'm gonna make ice cream base. I think it's gonna be pretty simple. Water, sunflower butter, that's how you make nut milk. Sweeten with maple, and then I'm gonna add some of this chocolate protein powder to thicken it and stabilize it, and I think it's gonna give it like a nice creamy texture. I really made this difficult for myself. It's a little thin. Let me give it a taste. It's not terrible. Let's see if it becomes ice cream. Okay, now we wait. Only time will tell. Okay, so my mushrooms have been soaking in some whiskey, and I just want to do a little tester and see that once they're lit, if they stay lit floating on the soup. So, you know, I don't have a huge embarrassing failure. Are you lit? Are you aflame? Is this a blaze? I see flames. Now let's see if these flames sustain themselves. It just sank and immediately unflamed, huh? I'm gonna taste it, see if it's gross. Oh, bro. Oh, bro. Oh, so boozy. It's like a mushroom shot. Oh, that was a bad move. Okay, we need another plan. I don't think the floating mushroom islands are gonna work. How do we set a soup on fire? Perhaps if we could build a cup out of something. You know how they do those tiki shots? Where there's like a flaming shot in the middle? Isn't that a thing? So we could figure out how to build some edible cup that we could just float and then have flames. Perhaps. Perhaps. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Do you think that I could float a seaweed and then pour alcohol on top of it? That's so lame. Did it only flame for a second and then die? I'm gonna do that. I feel good about that. Do you feel good about that? Okay, so now I'm gonna try and make like a shortbread base to be the bottom of my baked Alaska. So I'm gonna mostly go with some oats, maybe plantain chips, and some of this to bind it because this is primarily pea protein and oat bran, so I feel like that'll work. And then a little bit of the fat layer from the coconut milk. Yeah, it's still pretty dry. Let me give it a taste before adding any maple. I think the maple will hold it together, but I don't know if it's gonna get too sweet. I'm gonna actually add more coconut milk because I think the sweetness is pretty good. It's healthy. We can't just load it up with maple syrup. Okay, it's holding together in little clumps. That's what we want. Yeah, this will work. I'm gonna roll this out and bake it. Cool. I'm gonna dust my surface with some protein powder. People do a lot of stuff with protein powder on the internet. You know, this is just a protein bar, right? Fluted edge, because we're feeling fancy. I'm gonna bake that. We'll see what happens. We may have ice cream. I think it's ice cream. Okay. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna pop it in the freezer so I can get like really nice and firm before I put it on top of the cookies and flambe. Flambe. Okay, I'm gonna work on my savory, flaming, healthy dish. I wanna harvest some coconut fat and I'm going to melt this along with an anchovy fillet. I really like anchovies, but I'm not going crazy because the clam already has salt and the jerky already has salt. That's a very small anchovy. I'm gonna do 2. Let's do 3. All right. I know I just said I'm not gonna use that many. These are like half anchovies. These are like halfsies. Oh, there's a big boy. Okay, that's definitely enough. I'm gonna cook this over like medium heat, smush it around. It's gonna completely lose that fishiness and taste really nice and rich. That smells like anchovies. Take a look at these guys. They're totally broken down and like darkened in color, and they smell a lot less fishy now that they've cooked. Oh, the cookies! I don't know what's gonna happen here, so I'm checking it like every 5 minutes. Needs longer. Is this thing on? We're gonna call this Thrive Chowder. So I'm gonna deglaze with this clam juice, add some of my mushroom and turkey jerky, and I want it to like hydrate in there. I don't even know if it needs the turkey. Mushroom soup is a thing. It's like a coconut mushroom soup. I'm not gonna put the jerky in there. It kind of has a teriyaki vibe, and that might be a little weird. Editing. This might be good. Cream of mushroom soup with the little nori pieces on top. Stop. I think they're done. I don't think they're gonna get crisp. They're kind of more like cakey. They smell toasty now. They weren't smelling toasty before. I think I'm gonna stop here. Okay, so for the soup, I was thinking initially of just like floating the nori on top and then pouring the flaming booze. But I also want to try and make a cracker shaped like a cup that maybe will float. And then I'm gonna blitz this up, add a little coconut milk to hold it together, and we will see if it will cracker. I'm gonna try something. I have a plan. I know I don't ever look like I have a plan, because I don't. Do you have a plan? All right. Okay, yeah. What about, she's on it. We'll do one of each shape. We've got 3 options. We'll see if any of them work, or none of them. I am gonna use some oil to grease these up. It's not in the Thrive box. I'm gonna allow it.
Could you use the olive oil and the anchovy?
Oh my God, so smart, so smart. Teamwork. Anchovy oil, anchovy oil, anchovy oil. It's gonna add a nice flavor. It's gonna prevent stickage. Oh man, look at us. The 3 ladies crushing it. This probably won't work. I don't know what I'm doing. It's also possible that as soon as this goes in the oven, the whole thing melts and falls right off. I don't know why I decided to do 2 dishes. No one told me to. I feel like this won't be one of my shining moments. Let's bake it and see what happens. Something happened. Yeah, it's like totally stuck on, isn't it? I need to bake it at a much lower temperature. Still a little chewy on the inside and a little bit burnt on the outside. I think draping it while still on the parchment is the move. Should we do another piece of parchment? I'm gonna bake that, see what happens. I'm gonna make my meringue for decorating the baked Alaska. We're gonna use the meringue powder. It's super stable, really good for lighting on fire, and it already has sweetener in it, so I'm just, why the hell not? I've made everything so hard on myself. Since the ice cream is sunflower butter, I thought it'd be nice to put some acai peanut butter jelly vibes. This better whip. I think it's getting thicker. This is gonna be a meringue. We're gonna light it on fire. It's gonna be great. All right, we have meringue. Now I'm gonna assemble my baked Alaska. Ice cream, something worked. I'm gonna cover in meringue. Oh God, oh God, oh God. It's sliding off. No, I wasn't mentally prepared for that to happen. Let's just dip one. Oh God, oh God. It didn't work, but it's okay. We'll move quickly, we'll recover. It's melting, it's melting, it's melting so much. Let's return to this in a minute. You know how you have like a crumb coat on a cake? That was my top coat. Gonna let it chill for a minute, put a little more, it's gonna be fine. Now I'm gonna finish the soup. We're going for cream of mushroom, coconut, clam, anchovy soup. Delicious! So this is the clam juice with the anchovy, and the mushrooms have been like hanging out in here so they're nice and soft. I'm gonna blend this up, add a little coconut milk, and then think about it. Okay. Stop. Did I go too far? I went too far. Guys, I burned it. I burned the crackers. You know, that was just like a big waste of time. Cool. Cool, cool. All right, coconut soup. I'm gonna strain this into the pot. It looks really nice and rich and creamy right now. Pep, for sure. Not in the Thrive box. That's okay. No one really cares about these rules but me. I'm gonna give it a taste before I do anything else. I feel like I wanna add more clam juice. No, that's crazy. I'm gonna do water. Add a little water. Do I wanna add a little water? Do I wanna add clam juice? Guys. Clam juice. Clam juice it is. I'm gonna dice up some jerky. I actually feel like the jerky will be nice in here now, that it's like nice and smooth. When you don't know what to do, just make tiny squares. Makes everything feel better. The jerky is nice because it's a little sweet, which I think is really needed because it's super briny right now. I'm gonna use all of this. Oh, the cracker might actually float because this soup is so thick. This whole time, how do I make something light enough to float on water? You just make the thing thicker, dummy. Oh, sometimes I'm so silly. Okay, I'm gonna try and get a little bit more coverage on my baked Alaska now that it's been chilling in the freezer. You know, I've come so far, you would think that I would go the extra mile, but I kind of like it more swoopy, modern. I feel like it's more modern to not use a piping tip. I'm gonna put them on plates so they're ready to be flamed. I made this with powders. That's what I'm gonna remind myself. That in itself is the magic. I'm done. I'm done.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
So this is anchovies, sizzled in anchovy oil and coconut fat with clam juice, coconut, chanterelles, and then that whole thing was pureed. Finished with coconut milk and jerky.
What kind of jerky? Turkey jerky?
Turkey jerky.
Nice.
Turkey jerky.
This does sound healthy. I'll give you that.
Turkey jerky. And then
But is it on fire?
It will be on fire.
Well, that ticks all the boxes for me. We're done here.
Okay, this is gonna hold our whiskey that we float.
Whoa.
I didn't think that was gonna happen. Okay, let's light this on fire.
Let's do it. Lights, please. Let me light a torch for you.
Oh, this is my favorite part. Lighting things on fire. Woo! Oh, baby. Okay.
Yeah, that's on fire.
That is on fire. Now, is this gonna be on fire?
Are you gonna spoon fire? Oh, I'm entranced. Look at that.
Okay, there's my flaming dish.
It's a healthy soup served aflame. So what's this cracker made out of? Nori?
Nori, plantains, and collagen.
Whoa. Why collagen?
As like a binder. My whiskey is strong.
That's really good though.
It's weird.
Like the coconut, I was worried when you told me that it's anchovies cooked in anchovies, but that's just adding like savory to it. I think it's really good.
It's good.
A little spicy. Is there some?
Pepper.
Pepper. Yeah. Figures. This is like actually good.
Yeah, right?
And you made this entirely out of things that came in the Thrive box. Again, something nobody asked you to do.
I added some pepper.
You added pepper. A little spicy.
Oh, I forgot to tell you what it is. It's the Thrive chowder. And those are oyster crackers. Nori, plantain, oyster crackers. You ready for dessert?
I've never been more ready for dessert.
So, baked Alaska, the crust is made from protein powder, coconut milk, oats, plantain chips. I think that's it.
I'm stunned that you were able to make this from a box of mystery ingredients.
Yeah, me too. The
Wow.
ice cream is made from sunflower butter and protein powder. You're gonna be really like ready to work out after this. And then the meringue is acai berry, but I did use meringue powder because I tried to whip it up with collagen. That wasn't working. In the savory, I used pepper. In the sweet, I used meringue powder. Whatever.
Nobody said you had to use the things in the box. I purposefully ordered silly things like dragon fruit chips and anchovy, 2 different kinds of anchovies.
All right, let's set it on fire.
Let's do it. Lights, please.
This is going to be a lot of fire. Woo!
You've raised the temperature in the room by about 30 degrees.
I just do that every time I walk in.
Hey.
Hey! All right, let's see.
All right, let's see what happens.
That protein powder is strong.
Is it the bottom of the plate? No.
Nope. It very much tastes like a protein bar.
Yeah, this one, I don't think you've reached the dizzying heights that you did with the soup.
The meringue and the ice cream is fine, but the crust is terrible. Truly terrible. Just
It's not
chalky.
terrible.
Oh, it's never gonna leave my mouth.
The
We
sunflower
shouldn't have
butter?
put the cookie on there. It was a mistake. The ice cream is good. The
Don't
cookie
leave
is
yourself up
terrible.
so much.
Just eat the ice cream. Stop eating that.
You made the ice cream out of what now?
Sunflower butter, protein powder, and maple, and water.
That has a great texture.
That's pretty
considering.
good, right?
Yeah.
That's
It's-
not terrible.
Yeah, not at all. I've made full-on milk and cream and sugar ice creams with worse textures than that. But I don't know what I'm doing. I like the cookie, first of all. I'm sorry, but I like the cookie. I'm sorry. And the ice cream genuinely tastes like really good froyo.
All right, cool. Not stumped.
Not stumped.
Not stumped.
Graphic here. Not stumped. We did an amazing job. Great,
Okay.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
I have to go work out now. I have an excess of protein.
Thanks again, Thrive Market. Thanks again, Thrive Market, for sponsoring. Thanks again to Thrive Market for sponsoring this episode and supporting my new show.
Thrive Market makes it so easy to shop for healthy and affordable groceries.
And it's good for the planet too. Boxes are delivered with carbon neutral shipping straight from their zero waste warehouse.
Thrive Market also has a 1-for-1 matching program. Every paid membership sponsors a free one for a family in need.
Try Thrive out for yourself. Choose the membership model that works for you, 1 month or 12 months, and choose a free gift up to $24 in value when you join at the link today.